Hello again, this is Boomerhands with another video. Today we are taking a deep dive into the patch notes with some math to find out how the changes will be affecting the meta. Before we get into the numbers, let's take a look at the cosmetics. Trek Federation gets a brand new ability booster skin called the Cosmic Omni Pillar Energizer. The Dove Store also has for sale a new skin called the Shield Capacitor for 57 doves. A handful of new UGC skins have just dropped, which all can be purchased for 1200 Starbucks. Neon City Tour skin can be found for the Car Garage, Super Destructive Ray for the Big Flying Rocket Launcher, Overwhelming Room for the Ability Booster, a Floating Mage for the Ion Cannon, and 2 new Missile Room skins. Also to be purchased are some fancy new skins and finally some attention for the poor dog lovers thanks to Serata. For the finale, of course, is my own personal skin, Cat Carrier Bombshell Launcher. I personally want to thank Carbonar for bringing my concept to life, and yes, the cats are most definitely sleeping in the destroyed room. You can clearly see the sleeping Z's since they have no bombshells to launch. Now we are on to the important stuff. The shield rooms got a lot of love. With some huge improvements to the regeneration, shield rooms max capacity has changed a bit, but if you are still going to use all shield rooms except the shield battery, you should not see any changes from the max of 20. Before we begin, we're going to take a look at the stat baseline for science boosting. We're going to set it at 70% per crew since it's achievable for most meta endgame crew. For these upcoming examples, we are going to use only 3 crew to calculate. Any room that can fit 3 in it will be calculated at 210%, and shield booster will be calculated at 140% due to it being a 2-man room. Taking a look at the new shield generator buffs, even though it's dropped its maximum shield capacity by 1, it got almost a 50% shield increase when fully powered. Shield battery got the biggest buff, reducing its cooldown substantially, making it the best shield room in the game in terms of shield regeneration. The buff brings it close to 75% increase in shield regeneration. With these changes for shield overcharger, it made it a little less worthwhile to rush by dropping the regeneration from 6 to 5, but fully powered and boosted we have a little bit over a 50% boost in regeneration. So taking a look at the regeneration rates across the board, if we were to use only 3 science crew, fully manning the shield battery is the best bang for your buck, coming out slightly ahead over a 3-man shield regeneration crew. More math coming at you with missile evasion percentages. No longer does it calculate evasion as a flat amount, but now we see tracking affect current percentage of evasion instead. With these new changes we can reach a max peak evasion of 125%, but it is not quite as effective as it seems. Using 5 tracker missile striking enemy ship as an example, we'll take a look at how evasion has changed. Looking at previous max evasion comparisons, if we have 5 tracker missiles hit, it will bring down very high evasion amounts much faster, where previously we would see the enemy lowered to 60% evasion, but now it's around 55%. Our second example is a 3-piece combo of double engines and a fusion drive. If we apply the same amount of missiles to this set, the evasion numbers come out higher than pre-patch. What this shows us is that getting high evasion down will be much easier, but getting it down to 0 will not be possible. Some massive logistic changes for missiles and torpedoes, cutting down the build timers by over half in most cases. Continuing on with more logistics, droids and crafts got in most cases a 60% or higher build time reduction. Also a pretty substantial 33% attack speed buff for shield buster crafts, which will definitely help after the rework for Photon Phaser. Some capacity increases for the weapons platforms will help for cycling through multiple battles, but the real thing to look at here is the Photon Phaser changes. Using a common Photon Phaser booster, we'll use a Max Train Cyberduck with the best in slot 9 side rolled gear. Before the changes to Photon Phaser, you can invest a handful of rush crew to knock down an opponent's shield from 20 to 0 in less than half a second. With these changes, you'll have to devote more crew into the Photon Phaser to get the same result. But how does it look being boosted naturally now? In a 10-second time span, and both rushes used from Cyberduck, you can almost get the same amount of shield damage as you did previously. After the first 10 seconds though, it does start to pass pre-patch numbers, but if the shield room meta becomes full power and full boost, gunships could be really struggling in the future and might have to find new ways to adapt. There's quite a bit of miscellaneous info here, so I'll skip to the important ones. You can now see inside your fleet's donation pool while you have all your donation slots being used. This allows for you to swap out crew more easily if there is something better in the pool. Modules disappearing from the room has been the bane of existence for the past months. Hopefully this bug stays dead. I'm doing a spoiler warning now since this is due to the new Pixel-Starships collaboration. The dev team will be announcing what it is next week if you want to wait till then. So first I'm going to do my Nexus creator code ad read, then after that, if you don't want to see the spoilers, click off the video. That is almost it for the video. If it has been at least a month or you have never put my creator code in before, head over to the in-app purchase store and input my creator code like the screenshot below. It's the best way to support my content for free. Now on to the spoilers. So the next collab has been known for at least a few weeks, and I won't say outright what it is, but I will show you where to find it. If you head over to pixelstarships.com, you can go to the changelog and you will be able to navigate to the public dev files. If you filter by 200 and you go to around the 1800 to 2000 mark, you'll see what the new collab is going to be. Until next time, have a good one.